All the resources you need to support your home learning are on the school website on your class page. Please make sure before you begin your work to go to the website and watch the videos and access all the information. Please go to the school website, click on Children then Year 3, and you'll be able to scroll down and find something that looks like this picture here on your internet page. You can click on the icons and that will bring you directly to what you need to watch, or some questions for you, for example, and you can complete them after you click on it. For exercise today, we are still doing some yoga. Please go to the school website, click on Children, then go to Year 3 and click on the P icon as shown in the top right hand corner of the screen, and you'll find a video, and it's to do with we're going on a bear hunt, but the yoga version. For maths, please go to the school website, click on Children, then Year 3, scroll down and find the icon as shown there where it says maths video. Click on that, watch the video and then have a go at completing the maths in your booklet. There are also the answers there as well for you to check after you've finished. In maths, we are still looking at multiplying a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. Question 1 says there are 23 marbles in a jar and there are 5 jars. Now we can see we've got the 5 jars there in the picture, and it's also got the number on the front showing us how many marbles there are in each jar. Underneath that we've got a table, and you can see that each row represents how much there are in, how many marbles there are in each jar. Okay, so as you can see, we've got 2 10s and then 3 1s. That makes 23. Okay, that's how many marbles there are in each jar. So to work out how many marbles we have in total, we're going to go through the following steps which are underneath, and they are the same as we did yesterday. So we start off by multiplying 5 by 3 1s, and then you put your answer in that box. Then we start off by multiplying 5 by 2 10s, and you put the answer in that box. You add the two numbers above together, and that will give you how many marbles there are in total. So what we've done there is we started off by timesing the 1s by 5. Then we times the 10s by 5. Okay, and when we add that together, that's the same as 5 times 23. And you'll be able to use that information and that answer to fill out the missing boxes there. Question 2. Now it says there, work out 4 times 15. As you can see in the table, we've got 4 rows, and in each row we've got 1 10 and 5 1s. So you can use the table to help you work this out, or we can have a look at the questions on the side. So this will probably be quicker. Our first question there says 4 times 5. Work out what 4 times 5 is and put the answer there. The second one says 4 times 10. Work out the answer to that and put that in the box. Add the two numbers together and that will give you the answer to 4 times 15. Now we were able to work that out by first of all timesing the 1s by 4, then we times the 10s by 4, and when we add those numbers together that will be the same as doing 4 times 15. For question 3 we've got some multiplication questions there. For these ones I would suggest you do exactly the same as we've previously done. So for A it says 4 times 24. You can start off by doing 4 times the 1s, so that will be 4 times 4, and then 4 times the 10s, so that will be 4 times 2 10s. You add those numbers together and that will give you the answer. When you go on to B, C and D, you'll do exactly the same thing. So on B there it says 3 times 17. You'll start off by doing 3 times 7 and then 3 times 10, add them together and that will give you your answer. For question 4 you are going to complete the column multiplication. So as you can see you've got a table there and you've got some squared boxes with the column multiplication. You start off by doing 3 times the ones, so that will be 3 times 4, and you write the answer there in the ones column. Then you go on to doing 3 times 2 tens, and you write the answer there in the tens column. For question 5, we're still doing some long multiplication. So you've got some of the questions written out in column method. So when moving on to literacy, please make sure that you are checking your work and reading over it after every few sentences. Check that your work makes sense and that it says what you want it to say. Check the tense of your work, so perhaps you might be writing in the past tense, you might be writing in the present tense. Just make sure that you've got the same tense throughout your work. And see if there's any way to edit your work. So perhaps you've written a sentence and you might notice that perhaps you can add another adjective or an adverb or another special word in there, a keyword perhaps. See if you can go back and add that in to really improve your work. Don't forget your capital letters, finger spaces, your full stops, and don't forget to just read your work at the end as well to make sure that you're happy with it. So, please go over the story from yesterday and underline or highlight any words you don't know. You can ask an adult to help you find the meaning if you look in a dictionary. And if you go through the text, you'll be able to see that there were already some words that were highlighted in yellow. And for today's lesson, the final word is reflection. Have a look at the pictures and the definition of the word, and that's below. Write a sentence under mine. So on the left there, we've got a person thinking, and the first meaning says careful thought and consideration. So that's one. Reading chapter 11 of Matilda now. To find the text, please go to the school website, click on Children, click on Year 3, scroll down and you'll be able to find the text by clicking on the links shown here on the screen. For our reading questions today, we are going to be looking at inferring. So you've got some questions there on the right hand side. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 questions. And when you're answering those questions, you can use the Here we have some arithmetic. We have got a mix of multiplication, division problems there on the left, and we also have some addition practice on the right. When we come to do our handwriting, please make sure that your letters are sitting on the line. Please make sure your tall letters are the same height and that you have even spaces between each words. Make sure that your tail letters are the correct length and your capital letters are the same. For comprehension, we are reading Ken's Summer Holidays on the Isle of Mull. Please have a little read through that. Make sure you underline any words you don't know. You can look at them in a dictionary or ask an adult to help you find the meaning of them. When you go to answer your questions, make sure you read your questions thoroughly so that you know what they're asking of you. And maybe you can see some key words in the question that you recognise from the text. And you can use those keywords in the text to help you locate the answer to the question. For Spanish today, please go to the school website and click on the Spanish icon. That will bring you down. For music, we are going to be looking at developing body percussion. Again, this can be found on the school